Good afternoon, everyone. Is my voice audible to everyone? Let's start. Just type in the chat box yes so that I can start. Welcome, Vaibhavi, Kashish, Parth, Rutu, Aditya. I can see the regular names. Om is there. Srushti is there. Vanshika, Sanika, Pranika, Aditya. Some of the regular students are missing. Prashant is not there yet. Good evening, Aditya. Okay. So let's start. We have seen in the previous lecture of what is permutations. Permutation basic example is that of a bomb, and we have seen if you want to decode a bomb, then you have to arrange the letters in the same order. So for permutation, order is important, or permutation is related to arrangements. After which we have seen there are two types of permutations, linear and circular, and we are discussing linear permutations. In linear permutations, there are again two exercises, exercise 3.3 and 3.4. In our exercise 3.3, we have seen questions of linear permutations when all the objects were distinct. And in a previous last lecture, we have seen some examples where all the objects were not distinct. So when all the objects are distinct, you can say example of that would be algorithm. So each and every letter is different. None of the letters is repeated. If you want to consider an example where all the objects are not distinct, you can consider example of balloon. So in that L is repeated twice, or O is also represented twice. Or consider example of school, SCHOOL. So in this word, O is repeated twice. So how to solve something when it is repeated twice? It is simple. We are going to just divide by that number of repetitions factorial. Again, in this, there will be two types of questions. First type of questions is when you have to solve questions such as when repetition is allowed and when repetition is not allowed of those objects, and when you want two objects to be together, such as you want vowels to be together or two letters such as S and T to be together. And another condition is when you don't want objects to be together, such as S and T should never be together, or two men should never sit together for the photograph. So these type of questions. So we'll again continue with exercise 3.4. We'll see a few more basic questions and how to solve them. Okay. Consider the word Mumbai. This is your question number 8 from textbook. In this word Mumbai, I have to find out in how many ways can I arrange the letters when no specific criteria is mentioned. So you have to find permutation and no criteria is given. So how can we arrange the letters of the word over here? MUMBAI, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 letters. So 6 letters can be arranged in how many ways? 6 factorial ways. But M is repeated twice. So if something is repeated twice, what we do is we just divide by that factorial. So I'll divide by 2 factorial. Perfect. So we have our next question. In this same word Mumbai, I want B and A to always be together. Okay. So if I want two objects to be together, how do I solve it? It's simple. Consider those two objects, tie them up together and consider them as one unit. Therefore, if I consider B and A as one unit, I'll name that unit as X. And then I'll rewrite my word again. So I'll have M, U, M, I. And instead of writing B and A letters, I'm going to write X. So now my new word, it has how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 units. So my new word can be arranged in how many ways? 5 factorial ways. But M is repeated twice, so divide by 2 factorial. Then go to your X. You had 2 letters in it, B and A. So those can be interchanged. You can write BA or you can write AB. So that can be arranged in how many ways? 2 ways, or I can say 2 factorial ways. So what would be the total number of ways in which you can arrange the letters B and A together and form the different arrangements of letter Mumbai? Total is going to be equal to 2 into 5 factorial upon 2 factorial. What is 2 factorial? It is 2. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled out. Is equal to 5 factorial. What is 5 factorial? 120. As I said earlier, remember all the basic factorial values. These will be helpful in solving our questions. So what are the basic factorial values? 0 factorial. 0 factorial is 1. 1 factorial. 1 factorial is again 1. 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2. 3 factorial 6. 4 factorial 24. 5 factorial 120. 6 factorial 720. 8 factorial 5040. So at least remember till 7 factorials. Let's continue the question. In the same question, now I want B is always next to A. So in my B condition, I wanted B and A to be together. So it could be BA or it could be AB. So there are two ways. But now what I want is I want B to be always next to A. So first I want A, then I want B after that. So in how many ways can I arrange that? That can be arranged in only one way. First I want A and then B is always next to A. So that can be arranged in only one way. And similarly, we'll tie this up together. The rest of the method of solving is going to be same. We are going to consider that as A and B as X. So these can be arranged in 5 factorial ways, and total is going to be 5 factorial by 2 factorial ways. So total number of ways of arrangement is going to be 5 factorial upon 2 factorial into 1. 5 factorial we know 120 upon 2 factorial is 2. So 120 by 2 is equal to 60. So my answer is equal to 60. Next, this is your question number 14 from textbook. You have the word Indian. So we'll see first. In how many ways can I arrange the letters of the word Indian? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can arrange it in 6 factorial ways. But I is repeated twice, so I'll have to divide by 2 factorial. Also, n is also repeated twice, so again I'll have to again divide by 2 factorial. So in how many ways can I arrange the letters of the word Indian when no particular condition is mentioned? So 6 factorial divided by I is repeated twice, so 2 factorial, n is repeated twice, so again divided by 2 factorial. Next, what I want over here is I want my n's to be together. In the same word Indian, now I want my n's to be together. Okay, so if I want something to be together, what do? I consider them as one unit, tie them up together, and consider that unit as x. So I want my two n's to be together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my two n's, consider them as x. Rewrite my word again, I, D, I, A, and instead of writing n and n, I can write x. So how many letters are there in my new word? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my new word can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. But in that I is repeated twice, so I'll have to divide by 2 factorial. And in how many ways can I arrange this? So n and n, there are 2, so they can be arranged in 2 factorial, but it is repeating twice, so I'll have to again divide by 2. So there is only one way. So it doesn't matter if you write which n first, if you write this n or this n, it's one and the same thing, so you don't have option. So there is only one way in which you can write the two n's. Therefore, total number of ways of arrangement is going to be 1 into 5 factorial by 2 factorial. And what is 5 factorial by 2 factorial? That is 60. Now I want you to copy this and I want to solve for this word, constitution. My first question for this word constitution is, in how many ways can you arrange the letters of this word constitution when no criteria is given to you? Second criteria is, in how many ways can you arrange the letters when you want your vowels to be together? Third criteria is, you don't want your vowels to be together. And your D question is that you want your word constitution to start and end with N, and in between you can write anything. So in how many ways that can be done? So you have 2 minutes to solve this question and copy down this. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. Start. Okay. Others also type in your answers. Let me know in the chat box if you are having any difficulty in understanding anything. And I hope that you guys have solved exercise 3.1, 2, and 3. If you have doubts from those 3 exercises, you can type in your doubts as well, so that I will solve those questions. Okay, Shweta has also given answer. Om has given answer. Good. Others, I want answers from others as well. If you guys are having any doubt, type in the doubt to let me know. So, how to consider the vowels? Consider all the vowels, and then if they are repeated, divide by that number of factorial. So it doesn't matter if those are vowels or something different. Yes, some in your word it's repeated thrice. So what you're going to do is just divide by 3 factorial. So consider them as separate elements, find out in how many ways they can be arranged, and then divide by 3 factorial. Have you understood this? Okay, I'll explain. Others? Last 1 more minute remaining. I want more answers. I've received answers from 5 to 6 people, and those answers are correct, but I want more answers. I want 25 answers. If you are not getting up to that point, you're not able to solve that answer. So what your doubt you're having, wherever you're stuck, type in that step If you have not understood, I can explain. So type in. Last 30 seconds remaining. Fast. More answers. Okay, Atharva, we'll check. Okay, that's good. We'll cross verify the answer. Type in if you want more time to solve, or I'll proceed. So is there anyone who wants more time to solve? Just type in yes. So I'll wait for another 30 seconds. Okay, so let's proceed. So which word? Constitution. First condition is that there is no restriction. You just have to find in how many ways this letter can be arranged. Okay, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 letters, so it can be arranged in 12 factorial ways. But something is repeated, yes, so O is repeated twice, so I'll divide by 2 factorial. N is also repeated, N is also repeated twice, so I'll again divide by 2 factorial. T is repeated 1, 2, 3 times, so I'll again divide by 3 factorial. What else is repeated? I is also repeated 2 times, so again I'll divide by 2 factorial. Is anything remaining? No, perfect. So this is our answer. In my second question, I wanted all the vowels to be together. So second question is all vowels to be together. If we want something to be together, how we solve it? We consider them as one unit, and let's say that unit is X. So if I want my vowels to be together, vowels are O, I, U, then again I have I, and I have O again. So I'm going to consider all of these as X, and I'll write the rest of the letters C, N, S, T, 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 and N. And for the letters, for all the vowels, I've got the letter X. So my new word, it has how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my new word can be arranged in 8 factorial ways. But something is repeated. T is repeated thrice. So I'll divide by 3 factorial. N is also repeated in this. How many times? 2 times. So I'll also divide again by 2 factorial. And in how many ways can I arrange my vowels? How many vowels I'm having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my 5 vowels can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. But O is repeated twice, so I'll divide by 2 factorial. I is also repeated twice, so again I'll have to divide by 2 factorial. So my total answer is equal to this into this. So that is 5 factorial by 2 factorial, 2 factorial into 8 factorial by 3 factorial, 2 factorial. So I can say this is my final answer. In my third option, I wanted my vowels to never be together. So they should not be together. So if I don't want something to be together, how do I solve it? I just forget about it. So I'll forget about my vowels and write rest of the letters C, N, S, T, 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 and N. So how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In how many ways can I arrange my 7 letters? I can arrange my 7 letters in 7 factorial ways. But N is repeated twice and T is repeated thrice. So I'll have to divide by 2 factorial and 3 factorial. Now let us place our vowels. So where can I place my vowels? I can place my vowels over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want my vowels to be together, so I can place them where crosses are present. So vowels can be placed where they can be placed in these 8 crossed positions. And out of these 8 crossed positions, how many vowels I'm going to fill up? How many vowels I'm having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vowels I'm having. So 5 places will be filled out of these 8. So if I write O over here, O, I over here, and U over here. So out of these 8, only 5 places I can fill up. But again, in these vowels, what I'm having 2 O's, so I'll have to divide by 2 factorial. I'm also having 2 I's, so again I'll have to divide by 2 factorial. So total number of ways of arranging is going to be equal to how much? Total number is going to be this into this. So that is 7 factorial upon 2 factorial, 3 factorial multiplied with 8p5. 8p5 is 8 factorial upon 8 minus 5 is 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial and 2 factorial. So this is my answer. I'd asked one more question, and in my D question I have asked that it should start with N and it should end with N, and in between you can write anything. So in how many ways can my first place and last place be filled? So first place and last place can be filled in only one way, because I want N only over here. And in how many ways can I fill my middle positions? So if first and last is N and N, how many letters is remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in between there will be 10 letters. So 10 letters can be arranged in how many ways? 10 factorial ways. But something is repeated over here. What is repeated? Your O is repeated, so you'll have to divide by 2 factorial. Your T is repeated, so 3 factorial, and your I is also repeated, so again divide by 2 factorial. So total is going to be equal to 1 into this term into 1, which is equal to this. So this is your answer. I'll repeat the D once again. In your D question, you wanted first and last position to be N. So in how many ways can I write first and last position as N? In only one way. If I want N in my first place, I have only one option. I need to write N over there. And if I need N in my last, again I have only one option. So whatever option is there, that option is for middle letters. So middle letters, there are 10 letters remaining. So those 10 letters can be arranged in 10 factorial ways. But some of the letters are repeated, like O is repeated twice, so divided by 2 factorial. I is repeated twice, so divided by 2 factorial. And T is repeated thrice, so divided by 3 factorial. So copy this down and let me know in the chat box if you have any doubts. Okay, done. I've got answers. Perfect. Done. No doubts from here. Okay, just let me know in the chat box if you are having any doubts. If you are having no doubts, type in no. If you're having any doubt in A, B, C, or D, type in A, B, C, or D so that I'll explain that part. If there is no doubts, I'll move to next question. Fast, more responses, 15 seconds. So no doubts, no doubts, perfect. No doubts from Kashish, Atharva, Parth, Veer, Pranika, Shweta. Okay, perfect. So I'll move to the next question then. In this next question, you have 3 times R letter, 2 times S letter, and 2 times T letter. Using this, you have to find in how many ways can these letters be arranged. So if you form a word which will obviously be meaningless, so even that word, how many different ways you can arrange it, or what are different permutations of arranging that word. So what is that word? We have 3 R, so R, R, R. We have 2 S, 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 and we have 2 T, so T and T. So in how many ways can we arrange this? Simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can arrange them in 7 factorial ways. But R is repeated thrice, so I'll divide by 3 factorial. S is repeated twice, so I'll divide by 2 factorial. T is repeated twice, so I'll divide by 2 factorial. And that is my answer. If I simplify this, 7 is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. 2 into 2 into 3 factorial. I'll just simplify this. 4 and 4, 6 5 are 30, 3 7 are 21, and 0. So answer is equal to 210. Now let's see next question from your textbooks. You have to arrange these numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Such that odd places have odd numbers, or you can say that the odd numbers should be placed in odd places. Okay, so how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 numbers. I want odd numbers to be at odd places. Which are odd numbers? 3, 5, 7, and 9. Which are odd places? First, third, fifth, and 7. So these are my odd places. Okay, so let's place your odd number over here. So which odd number can I write over here? I have 3, 5, 7, and 9. I have 4 options. So out of those 4 options, I can write any. I can write 3, or I can write 5, or I can write 7, or I can write 9. So this first odd place can be filled in how many ways? It can be filled in 4 different ways. If I write 3 over here, in how many ways can this place be filled? 5, 7, and 9, I have 3 options. So this place can be filled in 3 different ways. This place can be filled in 2 different ways. And lastly, only one odd number will be remaining, which we'll have to write at the 7th place. So in how many ways can my odd places be filled? Odd places can be filled in 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 ways, which is 4 factorial ways. Okay, so now let's fill our even number of places. Or in how many ways can my even numbers be arranged? How many even numbers do I have? 4, 6, and 8. 3 even numbers. So where can I place my even numbers? I can place my even numbers here, here, and here. In how many ways can this place be filled? I have 3 options, 4, 6, and 8. So this place can be filled in how many ways? 3 ways. This place can be filled in 2 ways, and over here the last or remaining even number will be written. So even places can be filled in 3 into 2 into 1, which is 3 factorial ways. So what would be my total answer? Total answer is equal to 4 factorial, that is 24, 3 factorial, which is 6, 24 6 are 144. This is my answer. So copy down this. If you have any doubts in any particular step, ask me. Let me know in the chat box again. If no doubts, type in no, no, no. If you have doubts in A, B, or like 7th question and 12th question, type in that question number. If you're having any step doubt, ask that doubt. If no doubts are there, I'll move to next question. So Aditya is saying no doubts. Others? No doubts from Vaibhavi, Shweta, Rutu, Pranika. Okay, Kashish is also saying no doubts. Perfect. Then I'll move to next question. Let's see question number 5. Mathematical. In how many ways can you arrange the letters of the word? First, you have to find permutation. No criteria is given to you over here. The question is, in how many ways can you arrange the letters of the word? So that's it. Your B part is, in how many ways of can you arrange such that vowels are together? And your 6th question is for the word Maharashtra, such that first R and H are not together. And second, you want your vowels to be together. Okay. So solve this. You have 2 minutes. Priyanvada. Okay. So I want you to solve this. You have 2 minutes for this. Okay, no problem. So I've got some answers from Pranika, Prashant. I want more answers. I want at least 20 answers. Those who are not able to solve, they can type in where they have stuck. I can help them. We have 2 minutes for solving this. Proceed. Okay, Kushi has also given an answer. Perfect. More answers. Prashant has given an answer. Rutu's okay. Have solved the A part. Khushi has given okay. Has solved the B part as well. Good. Okay. We'll cross verify the answer. More answers. Last 1 minute remaining. Most of you are having solved your example number 5. But 6th question, yeah. More answers from 6th question. Okay, yes, Atharva. 5th question is done. Perfect. Answers for 6th question. Okay. I will tell the answers, no worries. Last 30 seconds, fast. It is easy. Okay, perfect. Time's up. So in how many ways can you arrange this for mathematical word? No condition was given. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it can be arranged in 12 factorial ways. And then divide by how much? M is repeated 1, 2 times. So divide by 2 factorial. A is repeated 1, 2, 3 times. So divide by 3 factorial. T is repeated twice. So I'll again divide by 2 factorial. H is not repeated. E is not repeated. I, C, and L. So perfect. So this is my answer. And if I want my vowels to be together, what I'm going to do? I'm going to tie them up and consider them as one unit. So I have A, I have E, then again I have A, I, and A. So these are my vowels. I'll write my vowels as X. Write the remaining letter. So M, T, H, M, T, A, C, and L. And then at the end, we'll consider a letter X. So how many units are there now? If you consider vowels to be together, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 units. So that can be arranged in 8 factorial ways. But M is repeated twice and T is also repeated twice. So I'll have to divide by 2 factorial and 2 factorial. And how many ways can I arrange this letter X or vowels? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vowels. They can be arranged in 5 factorial ways, but A is repeated thrice. So I'll divide by 3 factorial. So I can say that my total is equal to 5 factorial by 3 factorial multiplied with 8 factorial by 2 into 2. In Maharashtra, I don't want R and H to be together. If I don't want something to be together, how do I solve it? I just forget about it. So if I forget about R and H, I'm going to have M, A, S, T, and A. So that is how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 letters. So these 7 letters can be arranged in how many ways? 7 factorial ways. But A is repeated 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I'll have to divide by 4 factorial. And then I don't want my R and H to be together. So R and H can be placed wherever there is cross signs. So how many cross signs are there? 8. So R and H can be written in 8 places. But how many R and H is there? You have 1 H, 1 R, 1 more H, 1 more R. So there are actually 4 letters. So out of these 8, 4 places will be filled. So that can be done in how many ways? 8p 4 ways. But H is repeated twice, so divided by 2 factorial. R is repeated twice, so divided by 2 factorial. So total is equal to this term 7 by 4 multiplied with this term. And vowels to be together, similar to this question. So we'll end the lecture over here. If you have any doubts, you can let me know. Let me know in the chat box if you have understood the lecture, our usual daily drill. If you have understood, type in yes or got it, understood, clear. If you have enjoyed, say like enjoyed. If you have understood 30%, type in 30%. If you have not understood, say, or if you want anything extra, type in to let me know. So understood by Aditya, Prashant, Veer, Atharva, enjoyed by Veer. Others, Pranika is saying understood. Okay, perfect. Enjoyed by Prashant. Got confused in vowels. That's okay. In practice, you'll understand. Enjoyed and understood by Rutu, Kashish, and Om. Perfect. So we'll end the lecture here. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start with circular permutations. Your homework is solve all the questions from exercise 3.1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have any doubts, ask in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.